Alright everybody, we're back. In the last episode of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, we beat stage 2. Let's go straight on to stage 3. I'll just go with Billy, you know, it doesn't really matter. Area 3, this is, oh, it's the sewer stage! Why does every side-scroller beat-em-up have to have a sewer stage? Now Billy, he was always the wimp in the show, and it shows in his fighting style here. You can kind of jump between those, between the two levels here. Generally speaking, it's better to stay on the lower level because it's easier to avoid the enemies. And there's like spiders that shoot lasers because, you know, that's what spiders do. You know, I never really understood people with arachnophobia, but I do now because spiders are just evil creatures. They will shoot lasers at you, you know, it's what this game teaches us. Come on, kick the, electrical stuff. I don't even know what it is. Who cares? Sometimes it's better to just spam your crouching attack because, as you can see, the enemies are not particularly smart, so they can't really hit you if you're in the crouching mode. You can just kick them a few times and they'll die. But let's not abuse it. So, let's kill these spiders here. Because why not? They're innocent creatures, but they have to die. And here I don't think we can dodge. And Billy kind of has that annoying attack at the end where he hits like multiple times. It doesn't really do more damage. It's just really, really annoying. But I think this is the longest stage in the game because later on it'll introduce a really troublesome mechanic with, I think it's rising waters. I'm not entirely sure, but... And interestingly enough, fun little fact about this stage, you can see that crate right here. This is one of the few stages in the game that'll actually give you food in your human form. And actually, the health that you have seems to carry over from the previous stage. I never really noticed that. Because at the end of the previous stage, I already had more than... Okay, they can duck, so they're smarter than I gave them credit for. So at least they can attack. It doesn't make the game challenging, but at least it means that they can do something. I guess I have to be a little careful. I don't want to lose too much health. But we'll get more healing later on, right after we get into Ranger mode. It feels kind of spammy, these attacks, but they're not really. Now, Billy is the worst character of the bunch. I mean, he is slow, he has no walking speed, his animations are clunky, he doesn't have a large hitbox to hit enemies with, and overall, I mean, his attacks do the same damage as any other character. He's just the most annoying to use. Because this attack, it just takes more time, but... I don't recall this stage ever being in the game, but as a ranger, and that's a giant monster with many, many eyeballs. Anyway, that's besides the point. As a ranger, Billy is actually one of the best because he'll get like his spear, and he still has his multiple hits. The only difference now is that this one will actually do. It won't do more damage, but if you hit with it, like the multi-hitting part. It's really easy to trap enemies in there, so it kind of stun-lock them. And that's useful any day of the week, you know. It's just the way of these action side-scroller beat-em-ups. I kind of just like to spam that. You have to crawl under these, and this putty with a shield will start following you, but as long as you keep moving, there's no way that they can catch up with you, and you can just destroy them afterwards, so... I never quite got what the point of that was. I guess there is... kind of a gas leak or something. I was under the impression that gas leaks and hey, I wanted to kill this guy because I want to kill the enemies. That's my calling, you know. That's what I'm here for. Once again, I'm doing a really crappy job of actually getting through this stage, but oh well. So yeah. Let's just continue on. I wanted to clear one thing up because I'm just recording this all back to back. I'm planning to record this entire game just in one sitting because it's very short, and it's not going to replace Seiken Densetsu 3. This is just a little thing that I'm doing on the side because it's Saturday night, and I'm a little bored, and I just need something to do. Okay, this is the troublesome stage, with the water that rises and falls. But, you can't attack when the water is going high like that. But if you don't move, you'll float to the top. If you just stay at the bottom, though, the enemies will never, and I do mean never, be able to hit you. You're literally invulnerable. They can try to stab you with their daggers, but they can't reach you. You know, they can stab whatever they want. You're completely invulnerable, so So you do want to grab this, though. I think it's either a bomb or a healing item. I'm not sure. Healing item. We'll grab that. Why not? And this game actually has a wall jump. You know, it rivals Mario in the platforming. You know, I mean, we think of Mario as the jumping king, but actually, no, it's the Power Rangers, you know? I mean, we've all played Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario 64, and they're all great games, but, you know, the real jumpers are these guys. Yeah, it's hard to take seriously, I know. You know, this was just a really cheaply made game. I think it took all of a week to produce, probably. And it was just a really quick cash cow, which is alright, but, you know, I would have expected a little bit more content. Now, we're not at the boss yet, because now we get the most annoying mechanic, and that's the part with the swirly blades. I guess they're kind of like fans or just some kind of water mill or something. I don't even know. They're just spinning things that try to hurt you. That's all that matters. Again, there's enemies here, but you know, they can't really hurt you as long as you keep swimming and if you stay low. You're immune to anything they do. So I'm just gonna... The annoying thing is you cannot jump out of the water. You can literally only move around. And that's all you can do, so... I'm gonna try to kill these enemies as quickly as possible before the water rises. I don't know if the water is gonna rise all the way up to the top. Yes, it is. Now, there is a healing item up ahead. I don't exactly know where, but it's not very important that you get it. Although, I guess if you're a completionist, you can go for it, but, you know, it's not like the game is very challenging or anything. I think it's right up ahead, actually, the healing item. It should be right over here, or maybe no? Okay, maybe not. Okay, it's down here. So I do want to pick that up. Or it could be a bomb, I don't know. If it's a bomb, I'll show it off, of course. It's a health kit. Why not? Let's just grab it. You want to wait until the water rises here. Now I can see our life bar is very bright purple, which basically means we're almost maxed out on health, so not much we can do with that. And after this, we're at the boss. We're going to fight the giant eye thing. Now, it can be tricky, or it can be easy. It kind of depends. You have to be lucky with it. There's a pattern to it. It can shoot lasers. I don't know exactly how they work. And it can also do like a dive bombing attack. Every once in a while, he'll start attacking, and he'll do stuff. As long as he's just moving, there's really nothing he can do. You can duck from his attacks like this. You can kind of try to evade his attacks, like that. And he will shoot the eyeballs. Those are really troublesome. They're actually the only things that are hard to dodge. I say as I get hit by pretty much every other attack that he's doing. And after a while, he will lose his body, and he will go into phase 2, which is annoying. Because he'll shoot lasers, and they're homing, so you can't really avoid those. Come on! You can avoid the lasers, but it's not very easy to do. Crap, I'm forgetting something. I have a bomb. Let's use it. We'll use the Triceratops with a blizzard, kind of, I guess. And one more hit after that will kill him dead. Well, that was surprisingly easy. Stage 3 cleared. That's only 2 more to go. Well, 2 regular stages anyway, because after that there is a special surprise that I'm not going to spoil. Anyway, this, I guess, was episode 3. Once again, I'm recording all of these in a row, so I'll see you back real soon for the next one.